Look at the Predator series concludes with 2018's The Predator. It may not have been as down on this film as others, but it is clear that the executive meddling put a damper on what its technically talented director had in mind. Let's open up and get to it. Open on a shot of space where the hunt is on again as a Predator ship crashes in the wilderness in Earth. The body doubles this time around are Brian Prince and Kyle Strauss, are here humanly, this time being Quinn McKenna, played by Boyd Holbrook. So as Emily, played by Yvonne Strahovski, and his son is Roy, played by Jacob Tremblay. The director this time around is Shane Black, and while it may not be my favorite film of his, it still has his fingerprints on it. Not hard to imagine this being a timeline where Hawkins survived the first film and this being an account of another hunt of his. Anyway, the gear of the Predator is sent to a lab connected to Project Stargazer, but Roy ends up getting the package instead. Also, the postman is Gary Chalk, who was Optimus in the Beast era and the Unicorn trilogy. Yes. I will address the elephant in the room. Roy has an autism spectrum disorder, and while this film may have elements of divided audiences, that actually isn't one of them. He seems relatively high-functioning too. He plays chess, he collects robot models, he has a custom PC with Don't Starve on it, and he's multilingual, with that last one being a plot point. I especially like the scene where he spooks some bullies that antagonized him earlier while wearing the Predator's mask. Might be my favorite part. It's where Nebraska Williams, played by Trevante Rhodes, is enlisted in the Project Stargazer while Quinn is debriefed by the Veterans Association of what happened in the opening scene. Will Traeger, played by Sterling K. Brown, is skeptical but keeps what Quinn told him secret, pending further questions. CinemaSins and the Australians are pulling another gum chewing in this film from his character. And I'm not entirely certain, but I think novelization says because he used to smoke. Supporting cast includes Baxley, played by Thomas Jane, Coyle, played by Keegan-Michael Key, and Lynch, played by Alfie Allen. Between all the quipping and swearing, I could definitely tell that Shane's fingerprints on the script. Being transported to another facility, but the Predator attacks their bus. No ship has followed the previous craft to Earth, with the intent of taking Roy as their linguist and codebreaker, so I guess at home would someone have access to a lingo. Back at Project Stargazer, we're introduced to Dr. Sean Keyes, played by Jake Busey, and yes, both the actor and the character of the son of Gary Busey's character, Asian Keyes. We see Dr. Casey Brack, played by Olivia Munn, join the alien autopsy of the Predator, but it turns out it's still alive. There's more connecting Brackett to her time in the Marines, but the scene was cut because of legal problems faced by a supporting actor named Wilder. Won't be detailing that further here, which should give you an idea of how bad the legal issues were. The Predator escapes, reclaiming its armor and killing most of the people inside, minus Brackett. Though, I may not hate this movie like some other people do, even I will admit the Predator dogs were one of the stealer aspects of the movie. I won't go as far as comparing with the infamous Hulk dogs, but I am getting some live-action Scooby-Doo flashbacks at least. I mean, when my Lucario amiibo looks less cartoonish by comparison, I don't know what to tell you. And all joking aside, for the most part, the character dynamic and approach to the action does work fine. Shane did intend to hew closely to the original film, also giving his own take on it. He's good at making franchises and genres uniquely his. When the studio took over is when things went sideways for me. The backdrop of Fox merging with Disney also being part of that. Part of the script retooled by Fred Decker, and a lot of elements were reworked from test audience responses, more on that in a bit. Studio meddling aside, the film at least looks solid, with editor Henry Miller III and director of photography Larry Fahm doing decent work. Not mind-blowing, but at least looks competent. After the aforementioned bully, scary, and predator dogs, we're introduced to the older Predator, basically a predator to the Predator. This was a studio mandate, and I gather he wasn't in the first draft. Same with this plot thread about the Predator's armor. Not certain what the plans were giving into Project Stargazer, but I think the implication is to have Quinn pilot it and have the suit mass-produced. The finale was, by the cast and director's accounts, originally scripted similar to the first film, where the lead and Predator engaged in enforced guerrilla warfare. Instead, the studio reshot the entire third act with a bunch of overblown CGI and a rescue/fight on the Predator's ship. Not quite as infamous as Fantastic Four 2015, but close. Kind of reminds me of the time I spent playing Predator Hunting Grounds. Obvious issues, but at least I had some fun with it. The film ends with Ultimate Predator dead by headshots and hero reuniting with his wife and son. There's a quasi-Marvel stinger setting up a sequel, but I don't know what to tell you. After the Fox merger was finalized, that obviously didn't happen. The film made a modest $51 million in the US and $160 million worldwide. However, while the last one was able to stick to its $40 million budget, the aforementioned studio Medley made the cost balloon to $88 million. It opened #1 but continually dropped from poor word of mouth and numerous competitors. The post-sequel never materialized, simply retooled into a soft reboot/prequel called Prey, which released earlier this year on Hulu. It's been hailed by many, including myself, as a return to form. However, all this film's faults, I definitely don't hate it. Granted, lots of ideas were compromised because of Medley and the Fox-Disney merger, but there's still more than enough separate action and elements towards its own vision that I actually don't mind it. I like it better than Predator 2 at least. Even the scenes of clues to mandated do have more than enough excess to amuse me. This is far from the worst film I've seen or reviewed, given how long I've been doing this. I still feel the same way. I have a choice between something boring, something fueled by millions of dollars of excess for divisive films. I'll always choose the latter. I have seen worse ways to kill 103 minutes. I'm glad I got shares for the all. My rating is 2.5 stars out of 4. Hope you all enjoyed the Mist Marathon, and I'll see you all again soon. Season's greetings.